Welcome to the gorgeous world. Today, we're diving into the 15 best Turkish romantic comedies that will steal your heart and keep you laughing. Get ready for a whirlwind of love, laughter, and unforgettable moments. Number 1. Yasak Elma, Forbidden Love. Yasak Elma, the Forbidden Apple, begins as the story of two sisters, Yildiz and Zeynep, who are very close but have completely different life goals. Zeynep is driven by ethics and a desire for a successful career, while Yildiz dreams of escaping her modest life through marriage to a wealthy man. Over time, Yildiz's journey intertwines with the powerful high society woman, Ender, who hires Yildiz as her husband Halit's personal waitress. After Ender's failed attempt to use Yildiz to seduce Halit for her own gain, Yildiz exposes the plan, leading to Halit divorcing Ender. Yildiz marries Halit, and Zeynep falls for her boss, Alihan Tashdemir. In Season 2, Yildiz's life becomes even more complex. Her first husband, Kamal, returns seeking revenge after she left him on their wedding day for fame and wealth. The tension between Yildiz and Ender escalates, with new rivals, including Sahika, who steals Halit's attention while Yildiz is pregnant. Ender's estranged son, Yigit, reappears, complicating matters further. Zeynep and Alihan marry and move to America. Number 2. Ashkan Tarifi, Recipe of Love. Bayrat, Kadir Dagulu, is a charming, talented young chef who, despite receiving top-tier training in French cuisine, ends up working at his aunt's kebab restaurant. He enjoys his peaceful life with his aunt and friends until his fiancée unexpectedly leaves him on their wedding day. Her sudden decision follows advice from a popular TV love expert, Taylan Alper Saldaran, known as Dr. Love, who manipulates her into canceling the wedding. Devastated and heartbroken, Firat discovers that Taylan, through his influence, ruined his engagement. Furious, Firat vows revenge on Dr. Love. Firat's plan is to break up Taylan's relationship with his fiancée, Naz, Sarah Araturk, a beautiful and wealthy young woman who runs a French restaurant. To do this, Firat gets a job at Naz's restaurant, pretending to be a successful chef. Initially, Firat struggles to connect with Naz, as their personalities are vastly different. Firat's carefree, experimental approach to cooking contrasts sharply with Naz's disciplined, rule-bound methods. As Firat works to win Naz's heart, he slowly challenges her rigid views on life and love, while Naz begins to see there's more to cooking and love than following a recipe. The tension grows as Firat's feelings for Naz become genuine, but he wonders if she will ever learn the truth about his initial intentions. Meanwhile, Taylan remains unaware of Firat's scheme. The story explores whether Firat will succeed in his revenge, if Naz will choose her safe life with Taylan, or embrace a passionate future with Firat, and if Taylan will ever uncover Firat's true motives. Number 3. Sendin Dahaguzal, The Beauty Inside. In Sendin Dahaguzal, Afshin's peaceful life in her idyllic village is upended when her estranged mother, Pervin, reappears after 21 years. Pervin, a successful plastic surgeon, abandoned Afshin when she was just 6 to pursue her career. Now, she manipulates Afshin into coming to Istanbul to help run her beauty clinic, threatening to take away Afshin's farm if she refuses. Afshin, a kind-hearted and successful dermatologist, struggles to adjust to the high society life in Istanbul. She finds herself working alongside Khan, a charming yet arrogant womanizer who runs the clinic. Despite his initial attitude, Khan begins to fall for Afshin, and they embark on a passionate love affair that changes both of their lives. As Afshin settles into the city, she begins to realize that the people of Number 4, Gizli Sakal, love on duty. Naz, a top graduate from the police academy, is serious, ambitious, and determined to follow the rules as a police officer. She's committed to living her life by the book and expects the same from others. Pamir, on the other hand, is a seasoned detective known for bending the rules to get results. Aggressive, ruthless, and a lone wolf, he couldn't be more different from Naz. When their captain pairs them for a special undercover mission to take down Tark Kosoglu, a dangerous mafia don posing as a fish distributor, neither Naz nor Pamir is happy. They're assigned to pose as newlyweds living across the street from Tark. The two clash constantly, but despite their differences, they begin to gain Tark's trust. As the operation progresses, Naz and Pamir start to feel an unexpected attraction toward each other. What begins as professional tension slowly turns into something more. Just as the mission nears success, Their growing feelings for each other complicate everything. Their love threatens to unravel the very operation they've worked so hard on. Number 5. Ashkmantic Intikam, Love Logic Revenge. ISRA had always vowed never to marry a man like her father, whose business failures left their family struggling. But when she met Ozan, a bright young engineer, they married and lived a comfortable life until Ozan quit his stable government job to start his own business. As his ventures failed repeatedly, ISRA found herself juggling 3 jobs to keep the family afloat. Eventually, they divorced. Years later, Ozan became a tech mogul, with his social media app making him a millionaire and one of Turkey's most eligible bachelors. Meanwhile, ISRA was still struggling to get by. When they cross paths again, she expects an apology, but Ozan's cold arrogance infuriates her. Determined to get revenge, ISRA secures an internship at his company and plots to make him fall in love with her only to break his heart. But things don't go as planned. As they rekindle their old connection, they find themselves in a confusing love quadrangle. In the end, both realize they were wrong about each other, giving love a second chance. Number 6. Karalik Ashk, Love for Rent. Defne Topal, a hardworking waitress, faces a tough decision when her brother's debt pushes her into a desperate situation. As she juggles responsibilities for her grandmother and siblings, a chance encounter with Omer Aplikci, a man escaping a blind date, leads to an unexpected misbehavior that changes everything. This misbehavior is witnessed by Omer's aunt, Neriman, who concocts a plan to find a wife for Omer to appease his grandfather. Neriman offers Defne 400,000 liras to make Omer fall in love with her and marry him. But Defne only accepts half to clear her brother's debts. Unbeknownst to her, she's starting a complicated journey as she begins working as Omer's personal assistant, as a crucial force in holding things together. Despite their growing love, secrets come to light, leading Omer to believe he's been deceived. Heartbroken, he leaves Istanbul, while Defne is left to pick up the pieces. As time passes and encourages Omer to return. The series culminates in a heartfelt reunion where Omer must confront his feelings for Defne and the mistakes of the past. Will they find their way back? Their journey is filled with passion, heartbreak, and the vibrant backdrop of Istanbul, showcasing both the beauty and challenges of love. Number 7. Ateş Böceği, Firefly. Barış, Second Özdemir, is a 35-year-old successful lawyer who prides himself on understanding people at a glance. His seemingly predictable life changes dramatically when he takes on a new lawsuit. Barış's car, borrowed by his nephew Hakan, Umar Yiğitvanlı, is implicated in a hit-and-run accident through a blackmail video showing the car hitting a young girl and fleeing. Though the license plate is visible, the driver isn't identified, and Barış's family suspects Hakan, who claims the car was stolen during his birthday party. Without a police report, Barış must find the real culprit before the video is made public. Barış and his friend Teo Kagri track down the injured girl's aunt, Asli Deniz, a determined taxi driver nicknamed Firefly, who is already investigating the accident herself. Asli, proud and independent, has identified potential license plates linked to the car, but needs more time to solve the case. To keep Asli under surveillance, Teo offers her a job as Barış's private driver in exchange for Barış handling her case for free. As Barış and Asli grow closer, their initial professional relationship deepens into something more personal. Barış struggles to keep his secret while Asli grapples with working under another person. Their journey is filled with romance and tension as they both seek to uncover the truth behind the accident and navigate their growing feelings for each other. According to me, this is what a rom-com should be: funny, well-paced, and romantic, with a satisfying ending and a few villains to add some intrigue. Although I'm a bit late with my review, I vividly remember watching this series during the summer of 2017. With only 17 episodes, it's a surprisingly underrated gem in the rom-com genre. Second Özdemir, the male lead, is particularly impressive, blending stunning looks with versatile acting skills, yet he remains underrated. The chemistry between Seçkin and Deniz, Asli, is outstanding, making their on-screen partnership, a spar, unforgettable. I was genuinely heartbroken when the series was canceled due to low ratings, and I still hold a grudge against the channel for it. Despite the show's cancellation, I recommend it to rom-com fans. It's a delightful watch with plenty of laughs and endearing moments. The humor is consistent, and the chemistry between the leads is electric. Nilay Denise's performance, especially her emotional scene in the shower, was exceptional and showcased her talent, though she remains underappreciated. The series could have continued if both leads had been single, but Nilay's marriage during the show's run was unfortunate. The story's blend of romance, conflict, and humor makes it a fantastic experience. Overall, Ateş Böceği offers a well-rounded mix of romance, drama, and comedy, leaving a lasting impression on its viewers. Number 8. Kiraz Mevsimi, Cherry Season. Oyku's biggest dream is to become a successful fashion designer. She lives with her mother, Meryl, and little brother, Sem Ken. She's been in love with her best friend, Berku's brother, Meet, since childhood. But Meet does not feel the same. One day, Meet falls in love with Oyku's selfish friend, Sema, so Oyku gives up on Meet. Oyku then accidentally meets Meet's best friend and business partner, Ayaz Dinsar. Ayaz is a very handsome man. He falls in love with Oyku right away, and even if she pushes him away, he keeps coming back. One day, Berku, Oyku's friend, sends a box of chocolates and a love note to her brother, but she signs it with Oyku's name. When Oyku finds out, she runs to Meet's office to take the present with the note before he sees it. When she arrives, Ayaz has already seen the present and is shocked to see it come from Oyku. He discovers that the girl he likes is in love with his best friend. In that moment, Meet arrives and asks who that gift is for. Oyku, ashamed and afraid of his reaction, says that she brought the gift for Ayaz and tells Meet that she's in love with his friend. But of course, it's a lie. So Ayaz and Oyku pretend to be a couple until they start falling in love for real. Number 9. Inadina Aşk, In Spite of Love. Defne Agelia Topologlu is a recent university graduate starting her new job as a computer engineer at Aras Technology. On her first day, she argues with her jealous brother, Caner Eren Verdum, who disapproves of her dress as too revealing, and I insists she dress more conservatively. Defne reluctantly complies, but changes back into her original outfit in the company parking lot. While changing, she encounters a young man she assumes is a security guard, but he is actually Yalin, Can Yaman, the CEO of Aras Technology. Yalin, who hides his identity, playfully mocks her. Late to her first day at work, Defne convinces her supervisor to give her a chance to prove herself by fixing a problem in the computer code within a day. Defne succeeds and impresses her supervisor, only to discover that the man she met in the parking lot is the CEO. Upset by the deception, she resigns immediately. Yalin, realizing his mistake, tries to apologize but catches Defne in the parking lot once again, only to be confronted and beaten by Caner. As Defne starts working at Aras Technology, she faces ongoing challenges, and the situation becomes more complicated when Caner falls for Yalin's younger sister, Yasem Nilay Duru. In the series Inadina Aşk, Spite of Love, viewers will enjoy the comedic and romantic clashes between Defne and Yalin and see whether their relationship evolves amidst the chaos. According to me, I have to say, I'm extremely upset and annoyed with this show. It's truly disappointing to know it didn't get a proper ending. The low ratings led the writers to abruptly cut the show, leaving viewers feeling betrayed and dissatisfied. My biggest frustration is why they couldn't have concluded the story with a satisfying resolution for each character, instead of leaving us hanging. I've never been this annoyed with the drama before. If only Can Yaman had been more famous at the time, perhaps the show might have continued. Despite the disappointing ending, I loved Can Yaman's portrayal of Yalin Aras. He was a sweet, gentle character, and his presence was captivating. Agelia Topologlu was undeniably hilarious, adding a lot of charm and humor to the show. Their on-screen chemistry was fantastic, and they made an amazing couple. The comedy was top-notch, making me laugh out loud, although the overall tone was extremely corny and cartoonish. The pacing was excruciatingly slow, so I ended up watching most episodes at 1.25x speed to get through the long pauses. Among the standout characters were Yalin, whose smoldering gaze could make anything look good, and Deniz, who was chill and likable. Adam/Iblis was great in his comedic role, and Asli was the devoted friend everyone needs. However, Ezgi's abrupt exit and the over-the-top bullying and cruelty from the grandmother were upsetting. The series ended without any closure, which was highly unsatisfying. I started watching mainly because of Can Yaman and endured all 32 episodes, not 12, for his and Agelia Topologlu's performances. Agelia really grew on me as she's cute and has excellent comedic timing. The series had no real ending, with the 32nd episode feeling like it was setting up for a 33rd episode that never came. It was insulting to viewers, with the last episode full of pointless scenes but no effort to resolve the storylines. Number 10. Ask Yeniden, In Love Again. Zeynep, a spirited girl from Istanbul, lives with her devoted fisherman father, Şevket. In love with Ertan, she elopes to America, hoping for a bright future. However, when Zeynep discovers she's pregnant, Ertan pressures her to abort the baby and ultimately abandons her. Heartbroken, she returns to Turkey after 10 challenging months with her newborn son, Selim. Meanwhile, Fatih Sekirçizade, from an elite Turkish family, feels suffocated by his mother's expectations and a betrothal to a girl he doesn't love. Seeking freedom, he travels to America, where he falls for Summer, only to be rejected. Disheartened, he heads back to Turkey. On the flight home, turbulence brings Zeynep and Fatih together. Desperate to escape his family's demands, Fatih proposes a fake marriage Zeynep and Selim will pose as his wife and son. Zeynep, wanting to avoid the awkwardness of explaining her situation, agrees. Once in Istanbul, Fatih introduces Zeynep to his family, who initially accept her, except for his mother, Mukads, who despises Zeynep and Selim. Zeynep also introduces Fatih to her family, who are cautious but ultimately supportive, although Şevket is upset about her past. Tensions rise when Orhan, Zeynep's cousin, abducts Fatih's sister Selin, leading to a rift between the families. As they navigate their complicated lives, Zeynep shares her past with Fatih, and he grows to love Selim as his own. However, Zeynep's long-lost mother, Meryem, returns, creating chaos. Misunderstandings arise, and Zeynep distances herself from her family, feeling betrayed. Despite the turmoil, Fatih proposes to Zeynep again, and they decide to marry secretly. Yet, guilt about their hidden truths leads Zeynep to urge Fatih to come clean to their families. The revelation causes a fallout, with Fatih disowning his family for Zeynep and Selim. They move in with Zeynep's supportive family, adjusting to their new life together. As they settle in, unexpected challenges arise, including Fatih's need to find work to support their new household. Zeynep's friendship with Selin grows as they both navigate their newfound independence. Just as they find happiness, Vahet, a family rival, abducts Zeynep and threatens her safety. In a dramatic twist, Ertan reappears with an antidote when Zeynep is poisoned. Tensions rise as Fatih's family realizes their mistakes and begins to accept Zeynep and Selim. Amidst the chaos, Fatih and Zeynep plan a public divorce to shield their relationship from Mukad's manipulations. Their scheme involves pretending to fight and break up, but the families are devastated by the ruse. As grief envelops both households, Fatih and Zeynep's love grows stronger, leading to a wedding day filled with unexpected revelations. Will their bond withstand the trials, or will family pressures tear them apart? In Love Again unfolds the journey of Zeynep and Fatih, exploring the themes of love, family, and the complexities of forging a life together against the odds. Number 11. Tatlı İntikam, Sweet Revenge. Pelin, Leyla Lydia Tagutlu, is a beautiful young woman who has never found lasting happiness in love. She finally thinks she's found it with Tolga Can Nergis, her Prince Charming. But on their wedding day, he leaves her, plunging her into deep depression. She soon realizes her misfortune stems from past actions and that she must seek forgiveness to find true happiness. Pelin reflects on her past and discovers she needs to apologize to Tankit, Furkan Andij, whom she humiliated in college. Tankit, now known as Sinan, has transformed dramatically since that time. After being shamed, he left college, went abroad, and became a successful chef with a thriving restaurant. He returns to Turkey as a confident and handsome man, now operating under his new identity. Pelin believes she can easily win Sinan's forgiveness, but he harbors resentment and plans to exact revenge. In the series Tatlı İntikam, Sweet Revenge, the story unfolds in the setting of Sinan's restaurant, where Pelin must navigate a challenging path to seek forgiveness. Will Pelin succeed in mending their relationship and finding redemption? Can Sinan overcome his desire for revenge and reconcile with Pelin? According to me, with its impressive cast, this series had the potential to be a 10 by 10. Many of the actors are familiar from other shows, but the series falls short due to poor scriptwriting and plot inconsistencies. It should have wrapped up a few episodes earlier. Instead, the writers introduced new characters without properly resolving existing storylines. The handling of Sinan's disappearance is particularly vague and poorly executed. Despite these flaws, the series remains watchable and features a visually appealing cast. The storyline is intriguing, and the actors, including Furkan Andik, are talented. However, the ending was a major letdown. The final episode felt rushed, leaving unresolved threads such as Barris and his sister's fates, the wedding, Sinan's overseas journey, and Rosger's storyline. The show had promise with its plot and actors, but the lack of a satisfying conclusion overshadowed its strengths. I expected more episodes to address these issues, but instead, the series abruptly concluded. Although Furkan Andik's performance was solid, his chemistry with the female lead felt lacking. Overall, the series was a disappointing watch for me. It lacked romance and humor and failed to engage, leaving me feeling it was a waste of time. Number 12. Her Yurd Sen, Everywhere I Go. Selin is a hardworking young woman excited to buy her first home, a charming little house she believes is perfect. Meanwhile, Demir, a successful businessman, decides to return to his roots and purchase his childhood home. However, both are shocked to discover that they've unwittingly bought only half of the property, as it belongs to a family embroiled in conflict. To complicate matters further, Selin learns that her company has been taken over by none other than Demir. With their lives intertwined both at home and work, they can't ignore the undeniable chemistry that sparks between them. As tensions rise in both settings, their initial friction gradually gives way to romance, setting the stage for a charming love story. This series quickly becomes a hit in Turkey, captivating audiences with its blend of Number 13. Yaçak Seversin, If You Love. Of Layla and Atesh, two young people who have faced their fair share of struggles. Layla is a resilient orphan with an intense spirit who joins a team of con men to fund the search for her long-lost parents. When she first meets Atesh, the brooding and cynical scion of a wealthy family, things don't go well. Layla is turned off by Atesh's playboy charms, seeing him as just another privileged snob. But when fate reunites them, Layla's radiant personality gradually breaks through his defenses, and Atesh discovers a new, more mature side of himself. Amidst a backdrop of mystery and emotional turmoil, the two opposites find themselves drawn together. Yaçak Seversin is a fun and heartwarming rom-com. Layla, a charming con artist, and Atesh, a wealthy businessman with a past, clash but can't deny their chemistry. The supporting cast, including 3 adorable children, adds to the show's charm. While the plot isn't entirely original, the well-acted performances and engaging story keep you glued to the screen. If you're looking for a light-hearted escape with a touch of mystery, Yaçak Seversin. Number 14. Ada Mazel, Be My Sunshine. Haziran is a driven city girl, thriving on the hustle of Istanbul and deeply committed to her career. Her life takes an unexpected turn when her company sends her to a remote Aegean island to prepare for a new resort project. There, she meets Poyraz, a nature-loving man who runs a small olive oil factory, valuing tranquility over social interaction. Sparks fly between them and a romance blossoms. But Haziran soon discovers that it's Poyraz's land her company intends to exploit. Her actions lead to the shutdown of his factory, shattering his dreams and jeopardizing the town's future. Meanwhile, Haziran faces her own crisis as her mother risks losing their family home. Determined to make amends, Haziran joins forces with Poyraz to create a boutique hotel that preserves his factory and saves her mother's home. Number 15. A Feely Ashclove Trap. Kerim, the charming and carefree son of the Yigiter family, revamps their aging textile business into a market leader with his innovative ideas. Despite his success, he is viewed as irresponsible by his father due to his hedonistic lifestyle of partying and womanizing. Aze works at Kerim's factory, leading a constrained life controlled by her domineering brothers. Her only escape is to marry her boyfriend, Burke, but when her brothers insist she marry the wealthy Sabri instead, Burke disappears. Heartbroken and betrayed by those she trusted, Aze decides to take control of her own fate. Influenced by Kerim, whom she sees as a symbol of freedom, Aze devises a plan to entangle herself with him. She orchestrates a scheme that binds them together in a complex and unforeseen relationship. not realizing how entangled and challenging their connection will become. Thanks for watching our countdown of the 15 best Turkish romantic comedy series. We hope you discovered some new shows to add to your watch list. Don't forget to like, comment, and share if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more content on the latest Turkish dramas and updates. See you in the next video.